Hey guys, this is Hamon, and welcome back to Bytesize Summer, the show where we review games have a chilled and relaxing vibe. And for the final episode of our summer episodes, I'm going to be talking about Date Everything. It's literally that. So, it's a visual novel game that instead of wooing a woman or a fantasy creature or some other type of entity that is of a feminine form or male form, depending on how you look at it, or which way you spin, you're dating objects. I'm not even kidding. It's kind of like that Hatoru boyfriend thing where you're dating pigeons and all that, but this one's with objects. The story is you're an employee that works for a company called Valdivian, and I believe on your second day they replace you. They don't fire you, but you don't have a job. You're in a sort of limbo. During this, a person suddenly messages you on Discord saying, hey, I'm going to send you something and I need you to keep it safe. And the reason I'm doing this is because you're in the lowest payment bracket of Valdivian, so they shouldn't notice anything. And so you receive a pair of glasses, which upon putting them on reveals that you actually can see the personification of an object. Basically, they Italian this shit. You first meet Skylar Specs, who tells you that the glasses are specifically made so that you can woo objects. And since you're in a house, you have so many options. So, right off the bat, it's brilliant in terms of the graphics, because the house itself is really lovely designed. Honestly, I kind of wish I had that kind of house. Then you have the characters, all beautifully designed, and voice acted by many well-known voice actors, some of which I recognize, some of which are probably well-known, I will say. So, if you recognize any of the voice actors, if you play along or watch any videos, yeah, they're in there, apparently. Various voice actors, to name a few, we have the voice actor for Asterion. I will probably put this in edit, so please bear in mind that some characters, I do not know the names of their voice actors, but the ones I do know of include Dante, who voiced Zuko. We have Matt Mercer, who everyone knows from Critical Role, at least if you're a D&D person. You have Alejandro Saab, who voices various characters at this point of Hoyoverse stuff, so yeah, basically, once I recognize his tones and stuff, it's kind of hard to miss. Various other characters, including the voice actor for Gazpacho from Chowder, or Shake if you know him from Aqua Team Hunger Force. And many more. It is all so incredible. And actually, that is also a big difference between this and many other ones. Because, sure, you have some voice acting in the games, but you don't really get like some quality ones. Like fair enough, some of them are mostly in Japanese and all that, but then there's others that are just like they don't have voice acting at all, and if they do, it's like little or like one voice line or two. It's not like actual lines or anything, but this one, it is full on. They read the lines that they're saying, so it's like, damn, they put in the work for this. And the narrator is also really good. Kind of reminds me of the guy from Stanley Parable. So, I don't know if it's him, but it sounds pretty close. All in all, it looks and sounds so incredible. I love it. Now, in terms of mechanics, it's a visual novel. So basically, you talk to the person, you make choices, and depending on which choices you make determines the outcome of the relationship. In this case, there are 3 possible outcomes. You have the neutral route, which is friend zone, which is pretty good. Love route, which, you know, is love. You love them and all that, and get spicy moments afterwards. And then hate, which you need at least one in order to meet the last person, because you can meet all of the other characters, but miss one if you haven't made one of them hate you. And yeah, here's the thing. You need to get a result from every single person to get your stats up, because in this game they have stats, And these can go into various things. First off, you can get them to unlock certain speech dialogue stuff. Like if a character needs like 35 sass or 35 empathy, then that opens up a new path for you to talk to them with. If you reach a certain point, you'll then be told that the glasses are radiating a special energy that, if you reach the criteria for it, you will be able to realize a character. Make it real. Make them human. Basically Pinocchio this shit. And it's great for that. Like, I honestly can't wait to start doing that. The problem is I need to get in knowing a lot of people in the game, because I mostly been focusing on the characters that I like and all that, but I do need to do the rest of it. But what's also nice, I will say this, is that there's actually a setting in the game that if a character has a specific thing going on with them, like stuff involving abuse or other things, that specs will come up if you have the setting on and be like, hey, just so you know, this character involves a lot of this or this. So I'm going to give you the option to either you can skip it or you can go on with the whole thing. I actually have done this twice and it worked out. All in all, this is an excellent visual novel game that I highly recommend. And honestly, just to go into this game was published by Team 17, which is funny to me because I remember that they were the ones that made the Worms series. Obviously, they've published other games out as well. It's just that this one kind of caught me off guard a bit, considering everything that goes on in it. So, I mean, honestly, at this point, it's not too surprising, but at the same time, I'm just saying. Either way, the game is available on Steam if you want to check it out. I love it, and I definitely recommend it for those that are into the whole visual novel scene. And yeah, definitely check it out. In particular, though, I need to also mention this. I have the DLC, so it adds 2 more characters, Lucidia Lavish and Mikey Transactions, who... Mikey Transaction is the one in particular that you would need to go with in terms of helping you with your stats, because he has a little gacha system that, if it meets certain criteria, can boost your stats. Lucidia Lavish is basically just a interesting story. Although Mikey did make me start questioning some shit, that's for sure. In any case, definitely check out the game, definitely recommend it. Other than that, I'm going to say thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Bytesize Summer. If you did, please leave a like, favorite, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you for joining me at the Redacted Diner, where streams are taking place now. So, if you want to see where the games that are being played, like such as Date Everything and various other things at times, the Redacted Diner is where you go. And if you want to see other stuff that I do, you can check out my TikTok, my Blue Sky for art. But with all that said, thank you all so much for watching once again, and I will see you next time. Bye! Alright. Guess it's time to go home now.